going on, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Wrestling Memories. We're here on the Horny Goat, so of course we have Canadian Basement, Trek,
Rawr.
and Foulmouth Mike Bobbitt. How are you guys doing this wonderful day?
Good.
I'm ready to go. Watch some old fucking wrestling. Get my deck hard.
So we come on. Go ahead, Bobbitt.
I was just say I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to join y'all tonight, but fortunately everything worked out. And I'm ready for some old school wrestling.
If you want to call it old school. We're watching 1995 wrestling, which is pretty much the same shit as we're getting today. So we're coming off the heels for WWE. We're coming off the heels of In Your House #4, Great White North. I think was the pay-per-view, the name of the pay-per-view. And the two top, well, Shawn Michaels had to vacate the title, the IC title, and had to relinquish it to Dean Douglas. I think that's what he had to do. He had to forfeit to Dean Douglas. However, Gorilla Monsoon, president of WWF, said, "Well, you may have to forfeit, but you may win by forfeit, but you're still going to have a match. You're still going to have to defend the IC title, and he has to defend the IC title against Razor Ramon." Which tells me a lot about Vince McMahon. He did not think that fucking Shane Douglas, which is really who he is, was not what they were looking for as far as. And he's a good wrestler. I mean, Shane Douglas is a good wrestler. He's good on the mic, in my opinion. He just didn't fit the WWE, I guess. I don't know what it was about it that they didn't like, but I'm pretty sure Bruce Pritchard explains it in his Something to Wrestle as to why. And I know he did, because if you go back and listen to the Razor Ramon episode, he explains it. But so we had that match. Was there a tag team title match too? You remember?
Yeah, it was Razor Ramon and 123 Kid versus Smoking Guns.
Right. So Razor Ramon got booked twice in one night, which see that today as well. What else was out there?
Before we move on,
Yokozuna took on
Mabel.
Yeah.
And everybody was hoping for a Yokozuna face turn. But they ended up hugging at the end of the match. So I wonder where that storyline is going to go within itself. The main event, and I think that was pretty much about it for matches, right? Correct?
Well, they had the main event for Diesel.
The main event. I just said they had the main event. Fuck. But I'm saying before we get to the main event, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much all the big matches that happened. The main event was British Bulldog versus Big Daddy Pool Diesel, or Kevin Nash, whichever one you prefer to call him. And Kevin Nash retains, of course, because Vince wouldn't put the title on British Bulldog, which, whatever. Who cares? He didn't need it anyway. This is right about the time. Oh, no, I was going to say this is right about the time Lex Luger left, but he's already on fucking Nitro. But we are going to be watching the night after Monday Night Raw and a couple of things. A 20-man battle royal to determine the number one contender for Razor Ramon's newly won Intercontinental title. Bertha Faye will defend her women's title, and I'm pretty sure that's against Medusa or Alundra Blaze. So that being said, anybody got anything they'd like to add about what they saw on Great White North? Basement?
Not me, not personally. I mean, the show, if I remember, wasn't great.
No, it wasn't great. It was typical. It was a pay-per-view like Get Today. It's a throwaway. But this, I will say, I will give them credit for. They ended storylines. They didn't continue them. You might see a rematch, but it probably won't happen here. So it won't be The only good thing that they did at times back during this time is you didn't see fucking 55 rematches before the fucking next pay-per-view. Or you have their feud, the next feud, you didn't see that match happen 14 fucking times before the pay-per-view happened. That's where WWE today is really struggling. They keep giving fucking rematches, and then they have that match at fucking pay-per-view, which makes no fucking sense. They're just giving you the same fucking thing. That's why when we say you're seeing glorified Raws and shit, it's essentially what you're fucking seeing. It's just a house show. And I don't care about it.
Right.
So I think that's a pretty fair assessment, don't you?
I agree.
Basement?
Yeah, well, I mean, fuck, essentially, what we see today is when you say glorified house shows, I'd say that's more centered around what you see with those like B-level pay-per-views.
Mhm.
That's what you see. A glorified Raw is a B-level pay-per-view, and this, like, you get to the pay-per-view, and the pay-per-view kind of does bring it into things, which exactly what you were saying.
Mhm.
We'll see how it goes from here. I'm more interested to see, because this is the very beginning. This is when like the very, very start of the Attitude Era began, and we're not necessarily in it yet,
No.
but you can see where they're kind of hinting towards it.
All right. So whenever you guys are ready, we will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. And there's the cum cube that you guys so eloquently put it.
The cube of life.
They changed that like really soon too, I think.
I hope.
So them two
Fucking
got
Bret
in a
Hart.
fucking okay. I don't remember this, but apparently Bret Hart and fucking Big Daddy Cool got into a fight after, which builds to. I think that's going to be their next feud. I think that's where Big Daddy Cool gets
They
tied
got
up
into a
to.
fight because Brett interfered in the match.
Right.
Oh, look, they all start in the fucking thing.
Yep. It's a battle royal though. It's not a Royal Rumble. So
I never understood why he was forced to forfeit it to him, though.
because
Like,
again, you have to go back and listen to something to wrestle with. He explains it because he couldn't. I think that was a stipulation, and they never explained it. See, this is a thing. This is where their story, they didn't involve storyline in Raw, but now they're starting to. So they kind of just, this was a throwaway, and they really couldn't incorporate because they didn't know how to handle this whole thing because this was at that time that Shawn Michaels got his ass beat by those Marines outside. So they didn't know how to work around it, I guess. So this was the easy way. I think that's the way he explained it, was shit the way he did it. And Vince acknowledged that it was shit the way that they did it, but it was the only way that it was like a last minute thing, I guess. If I remember correctly. I have to go back and listen to it. I'll go back and listen to it tomorrow and I'll let you know.
this is the same shit we see today too when they do battle royals, and most everybody starts, and then they give like an entrance to one or two people, and everybody shits on that. I mean, it's the same fucking thing that's been going on forever.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing with that. I'm gonna say this. I think a lot of these guys got entrances, but that's
Off
more
camera.
that's for me personally, I think entrances are more for people in the arena. Once I've seen an entrance, I've seen it. I really don't need to see it again. I might want to see it happen at WrestleMania, the spectacle of it, but I don't care to see it all the time. Like, it doesn't bother me that Charlotte doesn't get an entrance. I've seen it. What does she do different in her entrances? People just need to stop complaining that somebody's not getting an entrance. It doesn't mean that they aren't fucking being pushed. And that's the big problem that I have with it. I mean, And they didn't even give Kofi Kingston a couple of entrance fucking things, and he was their fucking champion. I don't understand why people are. I'm not saying you are, but I don't understand why people are upset about it.
I mean, I enjoy an entrance just because of it adds to the spectacle of the show. It adds to the entertainment value. I know
Yes.
the physicality is not real. Like, let me rephrase that. I know it's not like it's all pre-planned and everything. The physicality is real, but everything's pre-planned. So what happens in the ring is more like how well they execute moves and stuff, not necessarily the outcome or how it's. I don't treat it like an actual fucking sport.
No.
That's why I enjoy the entrances because they add what wrestling really is.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I mean, I wouldn't say that just because somebody doesn't get an entrance doesn't mean they're being pushed. They don't have the time all the time to showcase everything.
Right. And I think honestly think that's why people bitch about it all the time. Is because they didn't give him an entrance. They ain't pushing him.
You know what it is? I think people get used to seeing the entrances constantly, and then when they don't see them for jobbers. So then the natural association of saying you're not going to show someone's entrance, they're a jobber, makes sense if you think about it that way.
Yeah, I mean it does, but that's just I don't want to say stereotype, but
it's something that they've kind of created.
Yeah.
So they have to take it into account that if perception is going to be this way.
There you go. That's what it's the perception of things that they look at. That I mean, look at Owen Hart didn't even get a fucking entrance, and he's one of their top guys. So I don't take into account that I'm not doing entrances right now. Why they did an entrance for Marty Jannetty, I don't know. I think because he gets that reaction.
Well, the thing I don't like now when they don't do entrances like Battle Royal and they have like only like 3 or 4 guys that get them, they're kind of like telling you this is the way this match is going to shape out. We're going to end up with these 3 or 4 guys that got entrances as the actual last 3 or 4 guys in the ring. Yeah. And it kind of like spoils it. So I prefer them with Battle Royals to just not do entrances for anybody.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That I can agree with. That I can totally agree with.
Well, it's like the people who complain, they're like, oh, the boss man never got the title, and Jake Roberts never got a title and stuff. It's like they didn't need him. It's just like that they got to push.
It's not like that just they did push. It's not that they didn't need them. I'm going to say this, and I've said this over and over and over again. Not everybody wins a world title.
Right.
You look at the Detroit Lions. If they ever won a fucking Super Bowl,
no.
Okay.
And this is why I hate the argument people have where it's like, oh, he was with the company for so long, he deserves it. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
No.
It's not a participation award.
Right.
It's not because you've been there for 20 years you get the title. And that was the argument for a lot of people when Kofi Kingston won it.
Yeah.
Oh, he deserves the title. I'm like, yeah, but then you have 8 months of absolute shit that follows it.
Exactly.
So is that what you want? Do you want to put the title on someone just because they deserve it? Yep. In what way does he deserve a title? I don't understand.
It's like Vince said when New Day was like, he deserves to be in the thing. He goes, nobody deserves anything. He's like, I helped create WrestleMania. I don't think I deserve anything. You have to earn it, which is true.
Do you want to know
right
what
time,
it was?
right place,
you want
and
to know
who
what
can actually propel this?
You know what WWE booked for Kofi Kingston?
It
was an 8-month moment.
Yep.
Yeah, they capitalized on. They hit while the iron, like they struck while the iron was hot with him in the right way, but they kept it there for way too long.
Yeah.
And I originally thought it was because they're just waiting, like they're just literally fucking waiting in a pool. But they're just waiting for something, and they were waiting for the draft and all the changes they were making. But then look what the fuck they did with that. So in the end, I just whatever. It was a shitty title reign. Lasted too long.
It did, and I can't disagree with it. Did he deserve it? Yes. Should he have? So just because he deserved it doesn't mean he should have won.
Right.
I mean, you look at some of these guys inside the ring now. Rikishi, did he deserve a title? He was pretty over. Gave a lot to the company. Did he deserve a title? Probably. Was he ever going to win one? No.
But
Owen
also,
Hart.
what are you going to do with this guy once he has the championship?
Exactly.
Like, Kofi Kingston was part of a comedy act for the most part. They got over with that. Nobody wants the world champion to be throwing pancakes and being a complete joke.
Mm-hmm. You look at Owen Hart. He probably deserved the world title, but he's one of those that a lot of people say, well, he didn't need it. He was over without it. He didn't need the title. But
I wouldn't have wanted to see a Owen Hart title reign, in my honest opinion.
It would have been like Bret Hart's. You look at Bret Hart's title runs; they were shit. They were about as boring as Kofi Kingston's because it's the same shit every time he came out. And this isn't a shit on Bret Hart fest. Okay, well it is, but I just don't understand the. I get Bret Hart was over. But I just don't see what the hype was that made him so over. He was a great wrestler. His mic skills were less than desirable. Not shit, but less than desirable.
I found him to be like fucking Wonder Bread, just like boring, but he was just boring. He didn't really have a character that stuck out to me. He had a couple nice things about him, but overall, it's just like, what the fuck, man? What makes him so much different than anybody else?
Right.
And if these people are like, he deserves a title, I'm like, you know where they do that everyone gets a title thing? Impact. And look what's going on there. Impact.
You get a title, you get a title, you get a title, everybody gets a title.
Well, the guy that they have the title on Impact now, they take it off him anytime now.
Yep.
And I mean, this is the same argument that we basically had concerning Bray Wyatt's The Fiend character that everybody lost their collective shit about.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do with him once he's got the title? What makes a good title run is not just winning the title. Winning the title makes a good match.
Yes. And I will say this, that WrestleMania match was pretty decent, and it was the right time. They struck while the iron was hot, and it worked. But then what do you do after that is essentially what makes or breaks.
And there was something we've talked about it before. There's something they could have done, unwilling to do. His title run was sacrificed for marketability of the team he was part of with Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
He essentially, that's what it boils down to. If they wanted, and if they had the belief that Kofi Kingston, they could have squeezed out another 6 months or more with him, then they would have pulled the trigger and had the New Day implode and elevated 2 singles stars to the main event level instead of elevating 0 and keeping a tag team.
I agree. Because they could have gone more than one way with that whole imploding.
They went nowhere with it. This is the problem.
No, but there's more than one way they could have gone with. They could have had Kofi do the implosion, or they could have had Big E do an implosion.
I would have loved to see Big E go for it.
Yeah, I think it would have been. I think it would have been better if Xavier did it, just for the simple fact that he's the brains behind the whole thing. But
I remember when they did like a little fuckery with Xavier Woods where he kind of was like hinting at a heel turn.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that? And it's like, I don't know how much he can pull it off.
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember him much in Impact. I don't know how good. I heard he was a heel for a little bit in Impact, but I don't remember.
Well, even when the New Day was formed, they had this moment where he was like questioning shit and acting weird. I don't know. It was like a year and a half ago or something where he was kind of like straying away, and they're like, "What's wrong with Xavier Woods?" Nothing came of it, but I feel like they were kind of like testing the waters.
This is recent, I think. Basement's talking about, right?
It happened within the last 2 years.
Okay, I don't.
But it only really existed for like a couple weeks to a month. I don't remember exactly when it was. Chuck, do you remember?
I mean, they started out as heels, and they didn't seem to be
Yeah.
too bad, but then they became baby faces because Vince realized that they were worth fucking money.
Yep.
But I mean, I look at that team, and though they all could be individual single stars, Big E has like probably the highest potential of the three.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Big E was a heel for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he started out
joined
when he
them,
first
yeah.
got there. He came on as Dolph Ziggler's strongman.
Right.
But I would have loved to see actually like their implosion be more along the lines of like one became popular and the other two. I would have had like the New Day continue to lose, like Xavier Woods and Big E.
Yeah.
And Kofi Kingston not come out there to help them when they needed him.
Yep.
And have like the idea of his like stardom taking precedent over their friendship.
Correct.
And you could have strung that out into a pretty good storyline that culminated at like Royal Rumble this year.
Correct.
Started at SummerSlam, culminated at Royal Rumble, and take it from there. But they decided to get cold feet and fucking backtrack.
Yep.
And have Kofi Kingston jump into an F5
In 10 seconds.
I know. It's like, I've been training for this my whole life.
Right. So we're down.
What kind of game plan was that?
Right. So we're down to the final four here. It's Owen Hart, Marty Jannetty,
Fucking Savio Vega,
and Lafitte.
Fuck it. I don't even feet. Get the fuck out of here with this guy.
Well, apparently there might be a bidding war for him because his Ring of Honor contract's about to expire, and they're saying WWE wants him. I don't know why.
Who?
No, Lafitte is that fucking one
PCO.
guy.
Nobody wants him.
I don't know.
I definitely don't want him, for fuck's sakes.
I don't know why WWE would want this fucking guy.
Like, I'm looking at this, I'm just surprised he can still wrestle. Because he looks about 50 years old here, man. He just does not look great.
And if he does come back, he's not going to be that PCO character.
No. Because they're not going to let him do all the shit he does. Because, like,
well, how old is this guy now?
Well, he's in his upper 50s.
Yeah.
Why? If WWE wants him, they want him to not be wrestling. Okay, that was terrible.
Yes. Well, they want him because he's over, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to.
I think they want him to hurt Impact, but they don't even have to worry about Impact.
No.
But he's
Impact's
not on
killing
Impact.
himself.
He's on Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Then I think Impact will hurt himself.
Very much so.
Well, like you said, Rosemary's going to be gone.
Well, I'm not. She may be going. The odds are high that she's going to be leaving.
To go AEW with Allie because they're good friends, and I can see them working well together in AEW.
Allie, not Ollie.
Allie, sorry.
All I know is AEW needs to get some fucking. Oh, good fucking lord. That was fucked up. AEW needs to get some fucking women talent.
And yes. Rosemary would be the perfect one because she can also help train these younger girls.
Allie? Rosemary?
Rosemary.
I would rather have her just do her thing.
No, I'm saying behind the scenes, get the girls trained up for in-ring.
Who was it you were saying was Rosemary? You said Rosemary's one of them.
Taya Valkyrie will be leaving.
Taya Valkyrie is another one. She'll go with her husband prior to WWE.
Yeah.
That's what killed me. Like, Lucha Underground had a much better women's division than fucking AEW, and that company was a fucking shit fest.
Yep.
Well, they had Kairi Sane and Io Shirai.
Yes, they did.
But they only had them for like a splash in the pan. They didn't have them for long.
I mean, I watched a little bit of. I really got into Lucha Underground there for a little bit, and then
I really liked it. Except for like the end.
And then it started kind of
soap opera drama.
becoming too much, way too much of the flippy stuff mixed with soap opera, and I can't stand that shit.
I mean, they basically had Lucha in their name, so you know it was going to be flippy stuff. But I will say, like, that it was built on, like, being a soap opera / wrestling. the things like certain things just fell apart. The thing I like more than anything about Lucha Underground is some of the ideas that they had. I love the fact that instead of a Royal Rumble, they had a 20-man Royal Rumble that didn't end in anything but pinfall or submission.
Right.
That's something that I'd like to see. It was like the whole hour show would have been that match.
Yeah, Aztec Warfare. Yeah, that was a good match.
Aztec Warfare. Isn't that 30 people though? Not 20.
No, I think it was 20. I think it was 20. In all honesty, I think it was 20, but it was because you had to actually pin somebody that it didn't need 30, and it wasn't over the top. People would go outside and beat the shit out of each other and stuff.
I mean, I will say this: Willie Mack and John Morrison had some pretty good.
Willie Mack had good matches for the most part in general. But the other thing that they had was like an ongoing, like the medallion thing. You can replace it with whatever you want to, but the fact that it there was something to hold and claim that eventually led to a chance at something, which I loved. It was like, I think there was like 6 or 8 medallions, and once you claimed one, you're now part of like a 6 or 8 ladder match that would eventually get you a shot at a championship. It's a way to do qualifiers for Money in the Bank, basically.
Yeah.
But you could do them on different shows because, you could have a qualifying match for Money in the Bank that happens 3 months from now.
Their concepts were pretty original, but they just ran out of steam, I think. They were all
I think there was a combination of things that happened to them. And I think a lot of it had to do with like management for Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
So Owen Hart wins this battle royal, and he will get he is now the number 1 contender for Razor Ramon's title, which I think Owen Hart deserves a shot at the title. I mean, he's.
You know what? I like it because now there's a reason he's fighting him.
What the fuck am I watching?
Hey, I love this game.
It's like fucking WWE 2K20.
No, but like, I absolutely love like having qualifying matches or a match that creates a qualifier.
Right.
Because like half the time now is like, I'm just gonna wrestle somebody. Fucking on Raw, you got Humberto Carrillo, fucking Black Power Ranger in the back. I'm gonna wrestle you just because you're here in front of me.
Right.
Yeah.
He did mention Seth Rollins, and then Seth Rollins looked at him and said, and that's where that comes from. Keep going, Mike.
No.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Lucha Underground. I loved a lot of stuff. They like the casket match that they'd have different caskets. They had a bunch of it, so it wasn't just one. It was like you had different ones. If one got destroyed, you had alternate ones. So it was pretty cool. They did it and stuff. It's just they ran out of gas at the end because LA Network lost faith in them.
I would love to have seen. I would love to have seen AEW take some of their concepts and just integrate them. The concepts for me were the best thing about Lucha Underground because they differentiated themselves from any other company with the concepts that they had for why people were wrestling.
Yeah.
The one thing I never really liked was the intergender stuff. They kept it to a minimum, but it was still too much for me. But the concepts were great, and I'd hate to see them go to waste just because the company is basically dead.
What's the timestamp for you guys? Sorry.
Oh, that's a good question. 22:15, say.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was one of the ones who watched all the first 2 seasons, and then they kind of started doing the musical time slots thing and stuff. And after a while, I was like, I can't remember when it was on. But
I never watched it live, but I watched the first 3 seasons. I absolutely hated the 4th season, which was, I think, the last season that they did. I hated it. And you know why? Like, Lucha Underground 4th season started with fucking Jack Swagger coming out.
Yeah.
And they treated it just like AEW's treating it, like this big deal. And I'm like, I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah.
So they treated him like he's like some sort of monster. Meanwhile, they have like actual people billed as monsters on the roster.
Matanza.
Hey, look, it's WWE 2K20 again.
it's what is it? Fucking Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
It's
Karate fighter.
Kicking
Street Fighters
weirdos?
or whatever it is. There's fucking Michael P.S. Hayes on his cocaine. Look at this motherfucker.
All over the place.
Check this out. Give me a line.
You gotta go check out what is it, In Your House #2, when Yoko's.
I mean, this guy looks like as if you were at like a party of the time, you're like, man, I really want cocaine. You know who to go to. Like, dude, look at this motherfucker.
Right. So Survivor Series is going to be great because it's the one where they fucked up the booking for the Survivor Series match. Like Razor Ramon is a babyface and he's on an all heels team, and then they have Shawn Michaels, Ahmed Johnson with Sid Vicious and British Bulldog who are heels.
Yeah.
So the booking of the fucking match is all fucked up.
Ahmed Johnson is fucking hilarious. Like I the only thing I remember from him is that he actually hurt people.
Fucking Bob Backlund.
Oh, Bob Backlund. This fucking bow tie motherfucker.
Yeah, so I think Conrad was asking Bruce Richards, like, well, I don't know why he didn't do that. I loved it. He's like, because it made no fucking sense.
he called look at this motherfucker. He called stuff
it's Cokezilla.
he called stuff when Bruce Richard didn't like something, he called it drizzling chips.
Like I can't everything about what I'm looking at with him I hate.
Ahmed Johnson.
So I heard that he like actually hurt people in the ring.
He hurt himself.
He hurt himself. He didn't hurt others.
I heard that he actually like was like a danger in the ring. So
he was unsafe. But Vince liked him so much he kept throwing him in fucking matches and shit. Oh, I cannot wait for this fucking match. I am so fucking excited.
Okay, who in the literal fuck is Bertha?
You're going to see.
Oh my fucking god.
Not attack Medusa wearing all bondage gear. It's great.
Fuck is this asshole?
Making his debut.
Oh, it's Al Snow.
It is. Snow. Oh shit, it is.
Avatar.
Yep. God.
Oh my god, he looks like a knockoff Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Well, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. I think that's what Bruce Pritchard was going for.
Yeah.
Look at this clown. I actually did like Al Snow, even though he was like, he was what he was.
He's actually a knockoff of what's his nuts?
He looks like he's from Mortal Kombat. The I don't know, fucking Chinese knockoff Mortal Kombat. Avatar versus Brian Ross.
No, look at this! Look at this fucking asshole.
I think you're ahead of me. Oh, good God!
Just a little bit.
This guy looks like his anus is constantly puckered.
Looks like they shrunk Bob Backlund in the dryer.
He can do the Shawn Michaels hip up, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I just can't look at him. It's like there's just something really wrong with everything I'm looking at.
Al knows.
Al know.
Al Snow is having trouble seeing. You can tell.
Yeah, because he's not supposed to be wrestling a mask.
He can't wrestle. He can, he's looking down. He's like, I can't.
You know that actor that's in that show? Fucking remember the show Wings?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This guy reminds me of that guy.
Lloyd, the mechanic. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was Sandman in like one of the worst fucking Spider-Man movies.
Yep.
Oh. What does everybody want? Not this.
He wants a mask he can see out of is what he wants.
Fucking, I can't stand what I'm watching, but you know what? It's happening.
Who cares? It's.
I think this is the only time we've seen him as the Avatar.
The Last Airbender.
Pretty much.
I think that's what his gimmick was.
I think very shortly after this, he becomes Leaf.
Leaf Cassidy.
Yeah.
Al Snow can't see out of the mask. That's why. It's like he doesn't. They keep having him fucking wear this mask, and he's like, I can't fucking see, man.
Like, if WWE 2K games had a WWE 2K, like, 85, this guy in the blue shit would have been, like, generic wrestler 1.
Yep.
It's like Shawn Michaels got put in the dryer.
I just can't look at him. It's like hair is too much of it.
He'd be that one character that is your sidekick. Fucking, in the career mode, the Brian Blade or whatever his fucking name is.
The one guy that's been in every 2K game for some reason. It's Brian Blade, your friend turned enemy. And he never makes it to the fucking real big times. Like, this guy's like, I can't wait to get this mask off. Thank the Lord. Okay, so if you're going to walk around without a mask, why even wear a mask in the ring?
Yeah.
It's his wrestling persona. That's what basically it was. That would gives him the ability to wrestle.
I think it gave him the ability to not see shit.
Right?
This guy's like, we couldn't have these actual wrestlers here, so here I am with cardboard cutouts.
$5.
Phone number no longer active. $25 each. Why would you ever want one of these?
Because they were life size and they were basically the thing to have back then.
Women could dry out them.
You realize you're buying $25 worth of cardboard.
Yep.
At the time, back then, didn't realize that because they're stupid.
What does everybody want? Cardboard.
Look at Alundra Blaze. She's like, I've got to wrestle this fucking idiot.
What's wrong with her hand? Fucking weird looking.
It's because they did the graphic.
There's a picture they had her post.
All right, I'm at the commercial. I'm coming back from commercial. Let me know when you get there.
Yeah, I'm back from commercial. Karate Fighters. Something nobody wanted, but got.
It was around for a while because it was the sponsor for the '97 one, so it lasted about 3 or 4 years before they just went out.
They were around for a while.
I feel like the mid '80s, like the popular look was porn star.
Yes, it was.
It was.
The hairy-chested men with weird hair dimensions.
That little kid back behind fucking Vincent, fucking Jerry Lawler going, woo! Woo! I would have turned around and punched that little fucker in the face.
I would have. Shut the fuck up, son! How did you buy these tickets?
Looks like the kid from 2.5 Men.
And that little girl poked her head up from behind Waldor and just went,
Oh, God. Gold dust.
Look, they're going to show a little match again.
The broadcast premiere of Dust. Oh,
Haven't
that
we
match
seen him
happened
already?
too.
Like,
Gold
what the
Dust
fuck?
had a match too.
There's the dark match for it.
No.
Oh, there you go.
Here we go. Harvey Whippleman is our manager.
How did she get the championship?
She beat Alundra Blaze for it.
Okay.
I can't remember. It wasn't
we
televised.
Are now. This
it wasn't
is
televised. What? That's all I know.
Okay, because I was about to say, I'm like, we're like a month and a half into this shit, and I have not seen her or the title.
Yeah, the title wasn't. This wasn't really.
Why does she have Mickey Mouse hair?
Because she supposed to be a teeny bopper, I guess. I don't.
Yep.
She's playing some like.
She's playing something.
80s,
that's for goddamn sure.
She's playing some 80s like. This is a character that women of wrestling would fucking be all about. That world of women, you know what I'm talking about? Wow.
No, is it SummerSlam?
Oh yeah, they keep calling back to SummerSlam, and it's something I didn't watch.
At least they aren't showing the whole match though.
Well, no, because it's not Bret Hart. They could only do it for Bret Hart.
Does she lose the title and then disappear forever?
I do not
think
know.
so.
We're about to find
I
out.
think so. Well, she was chosen because Alundra, I keep on calling her. I just got to call her Medusa. Medusa actually wrestled her in Japan. She actually trusted her, so they put her in the ring with her because she was running out of people anyway.
Lunder Blaze beat everybody.
Even though the first time we see Bertha here, she breaks Alundra's nose.
Well, Alundra Blaze
nose
was
is already
before her time in terms of women's wrestling.
I think her nose is already broken. She's already come back from that.
First time we saw Bertha, she was in all black.
Okay, but I'm just telling you, I think she's already, because if I remember right, she's already had her.
Yes.
I hope they break each other's nose.
I know. But there's the title that goes in the trash on Nitro a couple of months later.
Good.
In fact, I think that happens next. Because this is recorded, I think. We'll see.
Well, she's dead.
I thought Alundra came over after Razor.
Before. That was a fucking horrible slam.
10 out of 10.
Leg drop!
She just fucking Hulk Hogan her, Nia Jax. The leg drop is such a shitty move. I hate that move.
The leg drop?
I hate it. I hate it executed by anybody at any point in time. I hated Matt Hardy's leg drop. I don't like Undertaker's leg drop on the apron. I just hate the leg drop.
Becky's is really bad too.
Oh, because she literally falls?
Yeah, she doesn't.
Negative vertical. What is this?
Motorboat me.
She's belly bumping her boobs.
Belly bump my boobs.
Jimmy Corderas is the referee.
I like having sunflowers in my hair.
I just don't know what to say about this woman right now. Dude, she's grabbing her ass. Okay.
Oh, she sat right on her. She just pulled her right down on her.
Alundra looks like Bertha hadn't washed that cooch in a month.
Bertha Faye.
Bertha Faye. Fucking her manager looks like Joey Styles.
That was Harvey Whippleman.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Yep, Heather's right. It was Alundra Blaze came over WCW first 95. So that's coming up next.
Heather was not right.
I hate her moveset. I literally hate her moveset.
No, you're right, JP.
Sorry. I'm the one that said it. Pull your head out of your fucking ass.
And put it in mine.
Bob, what are you thinking so far?
Pretty good.
I guarantee he's not watching this. Because it's pretty good. It's not something I would say. Like, I hate this woman's moveset.
Which ones?
Well, I mean, Bertha. Fuck's sakes, man.
Alundra
Blaze can wrestle.
Alundra Blaze could wrestle, but she didn't have anybody to wrestle with.
Because they were all under-talented compared to her.
I mean, it's not that Bertha can't work. I just hate, I hate everything that's going on. I hate her look and I hate her moveset. Everything's like this belly bomb.
I agree.
Moveset.
Ooh, quick
What
kick
the
out.
fuck? I would slap my knee too. This is a knee slapper of a match.
Maybe actually pin her. Don't just fall on her.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, that was unnecessary.
No, do it again.
Oh, now she's gonna. The fuck
No.
is she?
Stop slapping.
Slaps her knees again.
A serious camel toe and fucking ass eating leotard moment. on
She's just one big
Yes.
toe.
Alundra.
Yeah, her body is sucking her uniform inside of it.
It's like, yes, it does.
Like, how could that ever feel comfortable though? Like your ass cheeks are separated because your fucking thing is literally sucked up in your anus.
Pretty much.
That was terrible. What is this move? Run and push your face? Not even a cross body. I don't know what that was.
Hey, that was a 3 count. Can we end this match now?
Seriously.
The refs enjoying looking at their outfit too much.
Did she literally just hit her in the back of the head with her vagina?
Yeah,
She did. It was
Pretty
called
much.
the bat. It was called the bat clap.
Oh yeah, this is gonna work out. She might have suffered Down syndrome earlier in the match.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay, this guy's face needs to stop.
Look at fucking Harvey Whipple, man.
He still works. He works in the front office now.
But he knows wrestling. Just,
Looks like a bitch.
He does, but he knows business.
She's like, no, you can't climb the ropes. It's not allowed. I thought this was a wrestling match. You down. Get down.
You stay
Get down.
down.
Fucking polka dot, big fucking asshole. And there she goes.
She's dead.
Yep.
She died.
That was terrible. She's gonna hit the winkle. Or whatever the fuck, Whipple.
Man,
Damn. Nice. I like that German suplex. She's got fucking Owen Wilson hair.
She does.
She does.
Nothing but get worse as soon as she goes over to WCW.
Oh, they just
fully mutates into something. He's like, oh, fuck this bitch, I gotta run. Forgot how to leave.
I think this is the last time you see Lunder Blaze on TV. Well,
Oh,
WWE.
Don't worry,
I
we'll
think
see
so,
her in
yeah.
like 30 minutes.
I think this is where you see her.
That's what happens when your whole moveset's running your body into people. Reminds me of Mojo Rawley. Fucking guy doesn't have a move. He doesn't actually have a wrestling move.
Right.
No, this kid really. Look at this. They fucking love her.
Yeah, they did. They do.
The classic ball cut right there.
Yep.
It's Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Savio Vega, my balls, your chin.
Savio. Yeah, he's got an SV chain. What a fucking piece of shit. I never liked Savio Vega, but that's just me.
No, show's almost over, actually. There's like 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
So they've now started... They've ended feuds. Oh.
Is he like not speaking Texas?
So they acknowledged it. That's 9 people beat the shit out of him. That's what he gets for smart. That's because that's the kind of person Shawn Michaels was.
But it doesn't even look like he got really that beat up. By 9 guys, you'd be in the fucking ICU.
Well, he did get concussed though. I knew he had a legit injury, so he couldn't.
He's got 2 black eyes,
and he got concussed. So
good. Yet his eyes are still looking in the same direction. So couldn't have been that bad of a hit.
Well, his eyes are looking in the same direction today. It just happens that direction happens to be his nose.
They are not looking in the same direction. He's got one eye set on his goals, and the other eye set on the exit.
Well, that injury was a legit injury between him and Chris Jericho. That happened in 2005? 4? Can't remember.
I wonder how that actually affects your vision. If one of my eyes was doing its own thing, can I see the way I normally would?
It definitely affects your depth perception.
Well, I mean, his field of vision is way bigger than mine. Well, at least to the right.
Right. So that was the end of that. Alright, show. The day after.
2 matches? Was it? Or 3 matches? 3 matches, right?
3 matches. The day after the pay-per-view. That's the way they used to do it, though. They didn't really. I mean. Like, the Owen Hart, Razor Ramon thing. That's pretty much the beginning of their storyline. Diesel. I mean, Survivor Series. They're going to start building Survivor Series, and they already tell you who's going to be in the Survivor Series matches. But you look at it again, and
Well, the one big difference is the after show, the after show from the pay-per-view, is now turned into the before show to the pay-per-view, where nothing fucking happens.
Right.
I actually think it wasn't that bad of a show, this one. I mean, they gave us a decent, they gave the Battle Royal time, and this is what I wish they kind of did. If you're going to do a Battle Royal on Raw, give them an hour or 45 minutes to go. You've got 20 guys in there. Make it work.
You have a 3-hour show.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then the women got time at the end, and the match in between. Fuck, who cares?
Yep. I mean, it wasn't. It was just essentially, hey, we're still here. We're gonna do a show. Probably not gonna really do too much, but we're gonna start something here. So here you go.
Well, the thing is, too, and this is what, I think a lot of people get confused about. I don't expect them to start building. Okay, so when a pay-per-view ends, I don't expect all the seeds to be planted for the next pay-per-view, but at least plant 1 or 2 of them, and that way we kind of understand we have a long build or a longer build happening towards the next pay-per-view.
Right.
And then the thing, you can still have a pay-per-view match where it's literally created the night before, but I do think 40% of the pay-per-view should have been alluded to or have had some form of build going in.
Right. All right.
I'm at zeros.
I'm at zeros.
This
is what, October?
This is the go-home show for Halloween
Monster
Havoc.
Fest.
So this will be the next time we do a show. It'll be the Monster Truck Rally. That will only last 2 minutes.
The best 2 minutes of my life.
So
that's all I need is 2 minutes.
The dumbest,
I only need like 1 minute to be honest.
it's fuck the dumbest concept ever. Anyway, so all right, so ready in 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm excited to see what the dog is dressed up as. it's literally my favorite part at times.
The dog is dressed as Ric Flair.
See, just humping some other dog on the side. WCW Monday Night Nitro. This was I really like the name of WCW. Nitro was cool. Dynamite is like building on that, but it just doesn't roll off the tongue. TNT. They could have done TNT.
We are live as live can get on TNT.
Dynamite. Oh, here we go.
They're gonna get right. They're gonna show you the damn dog right off the get go.
Oh, they're teasing it. They're teasing the dog. Go, Sasha Banks.
Doing Macho Man, Randy Savage here. We're the Bailey buddies.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's fucking ass face, whatever her name is. Bailey.
Ass face.
Bailey buddies. How old is that girl? 10? Got fucking like 10 kids.
Whatever, man. Start young, end young. Maybe they were just brothers and sisters.
Parker. Here's Colonel Parker. Why the fuck is he grabbing him? Are you afraid?
Colonel Sanders, man. How hard we tried to have sex with this guy in the game?
Yeah.
And look at him now.
Kurosawa. Colonel Parker.
The fuck is WCW Pro?
Damn, this Kurosawa's kicking the fuck out of Randy Savage.
Fuck this shit.
It was a TV show.
He was in New Japan at the time. This is where WCW had a working partnership with New Japan. This is one of the guys from New Japan.
Yeah, and he's wrestling like he's in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Just beating the living fuck out of the Macho Man.
But he's one of the young lions, actually.
He's got the young lions get up.
Yeah.
Black trunks.
Black trunks. He's wearing the black boots.
I think if I was a wrestler, knee pads would be a prerequisite, just like fucking elbow pads.
Oh yeah.
Because otherwise, like my knees would be blown out in like one match.
God, this guy is just strong styling the fuck out of
You're saying
right now. He's like,
Macho Man's like, I haven't done enough coke.
All right, that's enough of this. I'm throwing you outside the ring, you fucker. Forgot my 8-ball, shithead. What the fuck, man? This guy just no-sold Randy Savage.
All he did was throw him out of the ring. He really didn't have any offense. Someone give this dude a Slim Jim.
Holy shit. This guy's kicking his ass.
It's really weird, too, because you're never going to see him again.
Right.
You've got this guy. It's like, I just bought this guy from China. Maybe he was more than a young lion if they fear him, but I doubt that highly.
He's...
Are we on the right episode?
I don't know. Are you watching Randy Savage versus this Japanese beast?
No, for me it's fucking DDP versus Johnny Beat Me Bad.
Yeah, you're somewhere else.
That's October 23rd, Bobbin.
Stop living in the past, Bob.
Oh, I thought it was the 16th.
Stop living in the past and watch some more of the past. Well, he just punched him in the throat.
Yep.
There we go.
Baseball slide.
Good goddamn, man.
Randy
Yes.
Savage was like, I
Savage
didn't know.
Randy Savage is taking the bumps here. I like it.
Mm-hmm. I like it too.
What's the time stamp for you guys?
He's letting his kid showcase his stuff. I like it.
I'm gonna say 5:10 or 5:15, Bob.
Yeah, you're right in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You there,
Macho
Bobbit?
Man. I feel like I would destroy my throat trying to speak like him.
Oh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage.
And now speak like that for like ever.
Well, all I did was it wasn't even my throat.
I feel like it's my throat, man.
That's how he did it. He didn't. It wasn't his throat. It was more or less his. I don't even know how I do it.
His dick?
I just tense up and then talk. That's the way he did it.
Macho Man. No, I can't. I have to have a deeper
but you're
voice.
using your throat. You don't use your throat.
I don't have a deeper voice. That's the problem. I'm too much of a bitch.
Brother.
I need to hit my second puberty.
I can't wait for this monster truck rally. I'm excited.
It doesn't happen here.
But you can believe it does.
It doesn't happen until next week. I said that.
I know. I said I couldn't wait for it.
Do you really?
It's gonna be good. I like it.
No.
Shut up, JP. Let a boy dream.
Bob, but it's not
Halloween
what you.
Havoc?
It literally is not what you think it is going to be. I swear to God, all you're gonna see is all it was to showcase that these guys have 2 monster trucks named after them. That's it. They get in that fucking push each other around for like a minute, and then they get out and punch each other.
Kicked him in the ass.
It's
See,
not what
that's
you think.
cool to me though.
That's not cool because you don't even see the monster trucks. You see inside, and that's it.
Oh,
And
I'm with
not
Bobbin
like
on this. I think it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, fucking Monster Jam. It's literally just them up on top of the tunnel, pushing each other back and forth. That's it.
And it's not even.
Ooh.
It was a waste of money.
And if somebody doesn't run somebody over with a monster truck, I will not be happy.
Well, and that don't happen. It should happen, but it don't. I get it. You're excited to see it, but it's not what you think it's going to be.
No matter what it is, he's gonna love it.
Oh, I know. It's
Motherfucker.
no. Macho Man Randy Savage gets in 30 seconds of offense and ends the match.
Like, elbow drop and it's over.
Yep.
He has the best elbow drop. I think he's got the best elbow drop in the business ever.
Yes. I mean, Velveteen Dream is up there, but
the fucking Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane she's the best at it for the women. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Right.
But she has like a showboat elbow drop. His was more like it just looked like if that actually hit anybody, that would hurt like a fucking asshole.
Yes. It hurt him more. That's why they have hip surgery.
Look at him.
Well, that's because he landed on his hips all the time.
Yeah.
And if you look at the way he landed, there wasn't too much safe landing. They didn't care about. Well, they did, but it's hard to explain.
Oh yes. Look at him. Oh. Look at him, JP. Look at him.
His fucking dog.
They're fucking twinning. Look at him. Oh, it's so good.
If they look at that dog, they're gonna lose.
They can't walk.
Shut up. Correct.
Shit.
Look at him. Weird. It's like you're not allowed to move. Dog's like, I want to die.
It's 'cause look at the dog is scared shitless.
Yeah. Oh,
Here she
it's the
comes.
Fiend.
No.
What?
It is. This is. I can't remember who this is, but this is Kevin Sullivan's brother in real life. Who was this character? Trent?
Evod.
Hellraiser, the later years.
Who?
Evod, I think his name was. Evod or said that. His name's Dave, but the storyline was he couldn't say Dave. He was like dyslexic or said that, so it said Evod.
Okay, I don't care
What?
about
What?
his real name. The character's name was Evod. Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna call him Dave from now on. It's like
It's
Emperor Palpatine over here.
Yes, it's Sullivan. It's Kevin Sullivan's brother.
It's Dave Sullivan.
Yes.
Uh-huh. He looks like a old dusty ball sack.
Agreed.
Looks like Pinhead found the pies.
What the fuck
And
is
it's.
going on?
I'm just gonna say it starts with a Y and ends in an I.
I literally like. What is that? A fucking vagina? Loose
What
vagina?
the fuck is this shit?
I don't know,
Yes.
but I
It's
10 out
coming
of
up.
10. 10 out of 10 already.
It's. So starts with a Y, ends with an I.
And 90% of the
I know
letters are
exactly
silent.
what you're talking about. I get you, JP. We on the same wavelength there.
Iceberg.
And they say that the glacier's a failed gimmick.
It's not Glacier's gimmick.
What in the
I
fuck is
know.
happening?
It's
I
their
love it.
insurance policy to make sure that the Giant wins the title.
Okay. The cosmic vagina.
The Yeti.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stop watching right now.
The Yeti.
Is this the same? Is this the same Yahoo that was a fucking mummy?
I'm pretty sure he was, yes.
You'll see. Big Show's gonna have. I think Big Show's got to come in his pants.
I think he already did.
Me and Gene's like, oh god, no, it's the guy with
Look
the
at
gooker
Kevin
again.
Sullivan. Looks like he's got gas. He's like, oh, I shouldn't have had that chili. Look at him. Look at him. He's like,
Who did this asshole?
WCW's finest right here, folks.
This is pretty fucking great.
Big Show just exploded his pants.
I love it. He's like, I gotta rub my hands like an evil villain for some reason. Moisturize.
He's having a different reaction to that chili.
I'm glad somebody actually recorded this shit.
This is fucking. I love and hate it simultaneously.
right?
Like I hate it so much I love it.
Oh, Kevin Sullivan, you are gold at times.
He now works for Impact.
Yes, I know that.
That makes
And
sense.
That is why I will never. He is a shitty booker. He's
Why
good at
is,
producing
like-
heel type finishes, but everything else is trash for him. I'm not a fan of his.
Wasn't he booking this shit? Like what in the fuck am I
Yes.
watching?
He was this he booked at this time. He
Okay,
was a booker.
somebody could have showed this to me if I didn't know anything about wrestling. I actually thought this could have been part of fucking Power Rangers.
Actually, it was.
I want to be a part of Halloween Havoc.
Say it again, Bobbit.
No, I don't need 5 sisters. But I'd say I will be a part of Halloween Havoc.
What? No, I don't need 5 sisters. Oh God.
Mom, we
It's
don't have
Edge
enough
Lord
room for
Hogan.
this in this damn trailer for 5 sisters.
The fuck
We
are
want
you?
more
You
sisters.
still ain't gonna have enough room.
Tell your mom I want more sisters.
Hey, Bobbit, you want to yell at your mom? Fucking mute.
No. Tell her I love
You'll be alright in the morning.
You'll be alright. I don't even want to cut you out from the call.
Okay, so Hogan's face and his arm are different colors.
This is true.
What is happening with this dude?
Hogan?
Why?
Look at me, Gene. He's like I need a face shield. He's spitting all over me.
Is he ever gonna take off the neck brace?
No, his neck has been broken twice. And it's only been like 3 weeks since it got broken the first time. What? He carries kids on his back?
Well,
And he
that's,
gives them
that's
vitamins?
That's Hulk Hogan for you.
Michael Jackson.
Sounds a lot like Michael Jackson to me.
It does.
I rape kids, brother!
So we've had a guy who carries kids on his back, and Lex Luger came over because he was tired of playing with kids.
Yeah, well, look at this. He's got, why are my arms a different color, brother? I've got leprosy, brother.
The neck brace is cutting off circulation in my head, brother.
Yeah.
No, seriously, why the hell is his arms like brown and his head is like completely white?
Now
Yeah,
it makes more sense.
And
It's
he like hung outside of it like this.
it's like he was dipped from his head into like some sort of like caramel or some shit.
True. He would spray tan.
That's his origin story.
It made his arms look toned, I guess. I don't fucking.
It makes his arms look like they're part of a different human being.
I understand. No, I get it. I truly get it. I really do. It's just-
Look at this fucking clown. I love him. All my so-called friends, brother. The sting.
He just
the
took
mutt.
off. Did you not see? He took off the neck.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he
Healing
did.
factor is ridiculous. He's a Wolverine.
No, he's Seth Rollins.
He's both of them combined.
He looks like, without the mustache, he looks like Billy Graham.
I
He
literally
does.
don't know what he just called himself the big dog. So Donna.
He was
Donna.
Roman Reigns before the Roman Reigns.
His arms went to fucking Samoa before coming out here.
His arms went to Samoa.
My body took a vacation to the islands, brother.
And Hogan must pose.
Well, of course. Only the best for Hogan.
Oh yeah.
American males. Stevie Ray. Lost. Why? Why did they use that picture? It's such a good choice. Like Kevin Sullivan. Oh man.
Oh my god, that fucking picture.
Oh picture of Stevie Ray's like her.
If you
What
also,
is this?
if
It
you
doesn't
if
even
you're
look
watching
like
this,
anything.
if you were watching that at all, we're laughing at the Kevin Sullivan picture. You have to look at him. He's got his eyes crossed and is looking up like there's something
Okay.
there.
Look at Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko's head. What in the fuck happened to Dean Malenko?
I
He's a
don't know.
living bobblehead. Like, look how big his fucking head is, man. This is not natural shit, man. Look at everybody else's head. This guy's head is like huge, man. I'm
Maybe
pretty sure
that's-
his mother
maybe-
died giving birth because fucking Christ, man.
Maybe
Oh,
that.
so we get Dean Malenko in the Bowflex. Nice.
We got the bobblehead and the Bowflex. That's what the tag team name should be.
Rey Mysterio.
Beast.
Is this Rey
Oh, no.
Mysterio? No, Mr. JL.
Jerry Lynn.
I thank you.
No.
I love how he's wearing a Guess. That little kid was wearing a Guess jeans sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? They're jeans. Wear Guess jeans, not a sweater that says jeans. Stupid child. Fucking kids.
That's not the kid who bought it.
I don't give a
Parents
fuck.
just-
I blame the child for wearing it. Oh. You know what? They have history. It's already been established, so I like this. All right, I gotta take a pee.
That JL dude looks exactly like Rey Mysterio.
He does. Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to. Okay.
Nice. We're starting off with Eddie and Chris.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's got a great big star on his butt. Oh, here we go with the fucking flippy shit.
Well, these two was known for it.
Yep.
Dean Malenko really wasn't. He could do it, but he didn't showcase it.
You hit him in the head. Don't worry.
Oh, no.
He'd be the worst person. Like constant, like risk for a headshot. Look at this motherfucker. Like, look how big his fucking. Like, I'm like, it's astonishing. Well, he had. Look at that. He had surgery. His neck surgery. Did you see that? Dean Malenko had neck surgery
No, I was
to keep his
laughing at
fucking
when-
head on his shoulders.
I guess I've never
God.
really noticed how big his fucking head was. I guess I
It's
never paid
ridiculous, man.
it. Well, here we go with this shit. We're gonna start doing this fucking crap.
I don't mind it.
No,
if
I
it's,
don't
like,
mind
not
it
the
either.
whole
But
match.
they're doing ballet in the fucking ring, where I shouldn't say crap because it's actually pretty cool.
I mean, with the people doing it, I don't mind it as long as it's like also intertwined with actual wrestling.
Yes.
And when I say that, I mean like Lucha Libre is actual wrestling. It's just I like moves that look hard hitting and stuff intertwined in a match that's gonna utilize Lucha Libre.
Like that right there, I don't mind.
But realistically, none of these guys are really like I would not classify as strict luchadors.
No, Dean Malenko is more of a technical wrestler, like Benoit was.
And Eddie Guerrero, oh god, who cares? We're gonna fucking
Scott
Shark
Norton.
Boy attacking
Norton.
Scott Norton.
The fucking Zodiac.
Whoa. Oh, my back.
You realize how every time there's a this is like okay today people would shit all over this because anytime there's a Chris Benoit match, it's literally picture in picture.
Yeah.
Yep.
God.
I actually really like Jerry Lynn. He was one of my favorites in ECW.
He was pretty good.
Is that Typhoon?
Yeah.
Yes, Bob. It's John.
But his name was
Tenta.
Shark at this point in time.
Yes.
If you think about it, he was actually like the origin story for Sharknado.
The greatest movie of all time.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
The best movie of all time is called Shark Exorcist. Get it right.
No, it's not.
I heard it was that what was it?
It's
Yeah,
all-time Shark
the
Exorcist.
zombie tidal wave or whatever it was.
Zombie Tidal Wave. I'd watch that movie.
That sounds retarded.
That was the one you were talking about a couple weeks ago, Bob, with Ian Ziering. You said you wanted to see it, the zombie tidal wave movie
I
on
do want to
Sci-Fi.
see it because it's going to be retarded.
It's like Sharknado.
Jimmy's like, can I get closer to the camera?
Sorry,
I'm looking up into your nose.
Sorry, my back itched. I apologize. I had to itch my back. Deal with it, motherfucker. Did you find a book
I liked
up
it.
there?
I liked it. I liked everything I saw.
Fucking allergies.
My allergies are pretty much done for the year.
Not here. Not yet.
They're just picking up here.
Yeah, they're bad.
I always have like my allergies really hit me in September, usually, and they expand into October. But October kind of kills half the fucking plants. So we're at the end.
October, toward the middle of November is when it'll. Because they're harvesting right now here, and it's just
Yeah,
all the
hayfield right in our
fucking-
backyard.
all the fucking pollen and shit. It's just like,
No.
plus my fucking left shoulder hurts, my right ankle hurts, my right wrist.
This freaking weather down here is killing me.
Fucking leg drops. Fucking leg drops.
Like, it'll get cold, it'll get hot, then it'll get cold, and it'll get hot. It doesn't know what the fuck what it wants to do.
I'm up here.
You remember the enemy from fucking Green Lantern, the movie that was terrible?
Yeah.
The guy with the big head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. Every time I see Dean Malenko now, I'm gonna think he's one of those big head characters. That's probably
He's
why
a bobblehead, a walking bobblehead.
That's probably why they got the fat
That's
head
probably
idea.
why they got the fucking big head fucking match. That's fucking Dean Malenko. But you don't need to
Okay, the
fucking
big
have
head-
him
they
as big
don't
head.
do
He already is.
They don't do anything for Dean Malenko. I would laugh my ass off if that was the case.
All I can think of is Ed Bighead from Rocko's Modern Life now.
Well, you look at this fucking monstrosity.
Oh, hey, Basement.
Yeah.
You plan on getting the new Modern Warfare?
Yep.
I'm getting it too. It looks dope.
It's happening again. Cunt counter.
If I get it. I don't know if I'm going to.
We'll see. Fucking hate it. Hogan don't need no difference between right and wrong anymore. Neither do you. Fuck. Fucking shithead.
Motherfucker!
Worst battery sport.
Did you hear the new Ask Bruce Anything episode of his podcast?
There's been like 10 of them, so no.
It was the newest one that got released on Friday.
No, I have not because I've been busy, so I haven't listened to any of that stuff recently.
I was laughing my ass off, especially because there's one guy who wrote in saying how much he loved the cornet impressions. Bruce Bruce would be like, fuck, he's like, fuck you, and he goes, motherfucker, and he goes, dumbass. He was pulling everything out of his ass this time.
But he was saying it like Jim Cornette. He wasn't saying it
Yeah.
like you. Okay. It's actually a pretty good match again.
It is. But fucking hell.
They needed more monster trucks, so.
It's coming, Bobby. Relax.
It's not.
It's one of those WCW things where it was so hyped up it couldn't match the hype.
No, that makes no sense.
It couldn't live up to the hype.
There was no hype behind it. They just saying that it was.
That
If you
was
want to
the
call
hype.
it hype.
That was the hype.
Yeah.
They sat there and mentioned it every fucking show. That was the only thing happening on Halloween Havoc.
Whoa. That was a weird fucking. All right.
Alex Wright tripped him up. He was being heelish.
I just want $3. Give me John.
Carrying along wooden crutches. And metal crutch. Oh, here comes Brian Pillman. Fucking Jerry Lynn takes him a half hour. Hey, what are you doing, man?
It's like, I need to check on my friend instead of attacking the person that's attacking them.
Alex Wright's not catching anybody.
My crutch! Fuck!
You got him? Because I can't help him. I got crutches.
Alright, the real winner in this match is Dean Malenko's neck.
I'll be right
The
back.
weight of the world on his shoulders. Literally.
Oh,
Okay, love it.
Sting and Lex Luger.
Look at Stevie Ray.
Got something shoved up his ass. I can like me.
Well, now it's his own head.
They've hyped this shit to no end, so it better be the best thing I've ever seen.
It'll be something.
Well, it's got Hogan in it, so it's always going to be great shit.
Yeah.
It's all to put fucking the Giant over. It had to be.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking tarp in the corner. Like, what is that?
It's a nice
It looks like a cosmic placenta. Show me the dog again. Oh,
This is probably the best look Sherry had.
glistening breasts.
She didn't wear the fucking over-the-top makeup on her face.
She fucking got ejaculated on earlier.
Well, that's true. Booker T ejaculates glitter.
TNT WCW.
Yep.
It's blackface. I don't like it.
So right now, I mean, TNT or WCW is live. They haven't. I don't think they've started beating WWE yet.
Not yet. No. You're not running in place while going 2 miles an hour down the ramp.
She's like, Pyro, what the fuck?
Brother.
The two top baby faces in the company, right there. For WCW. Well,
and then he came out.
Country, actually.
I mean, Hogan, I don't know. Well, two of the top. I shouldn't say two top. The two top. Two of the top.
Here's the thing. Sting looks like he looks like he actually should be part of Harlem Heat.
Agreed.
It's kind of confusing with the shit he's wearing.
It's true.
Luger looks like he's part of the New Lions. What the fuck they're called?
The Young Lions.
Yeah.
Sting is wearing fucking beard. Got a beard right now. This might be a good match, though. Whoopsie. This might be a good match, though. It'll probably get about 8 minutes or so. Jesus Christ, I can't believe fucking Sting fell for that shit. Goddamn fucking idiot. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow up like that.
It's ketchup and mustard over here. This thing is sponsored by Heinz.
Sting is sponsored by Heinz, and yeah. Lex Luger is salt and pepper.
Lex Luger's terrible. Lex Luger is the oiliest fucking human being alive.
I don't know. Hulk Hogan's pretty oiled up. Looking at it right now, do you think Booker T? Did you ever think Booker T would ever be a world champion?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, no, they haven't really. It's hard to say.
Once he goes on his singles run, you can see that you'll see it. I'm saying, like, right now, looking at him right now, would you have ever thought he would be a world champion?
No.
Hell no.
Tearing his eyes out.
Honestly, around this time, I would have thought that he was a mid-carder at best.
Well, to be honest with you, in my eyes, he was a mid-carder. That everybody else was over the hill and they didn't have anybody else. So he was going to be their guy because Goldberg was done. Because he essentially left the company like right towards the end.
At the end, yeah.
Well, then why did they put the belt on David Arquette?
To promote the movie.
Did it to promote the movie, but that was Vince Russo.
Yeah.
Even David Arquette sat there and went up to Booker and was just like, "I don't want to do this, but are you okay?"
Yeah, Booker T said that he didn't. Came to me and said he didn't want to do it.
Yep.
Because he knew that it was going to ruin wrestling. Well, it was going to ruin WCW. He was going to be the nail in the coffin.
He didn't even keep any of the money he was giving. He gave it all to like Owen Hart's family and Brian Pillman's family.
Okay, well, isn't that sweet of him? What do you want me to say?
No, I'm just saying, he did something good with was because most of those guys, some of those guys pissed their money away, but he gave it all to charities and stuff. And
Well, what did you
Yeah,
expect?
JP.
What did you expect him to do? Just fucking
Pocket
all
it.
those guys that didn't donate. I mean, I don't understand why you would make that comment.
I'm just saying that, like,
I know, but I'm just saying. Do you think they're shitty people for not donating or something?
Why does she have pictures in her
but, like,
ass?
Why does she what?
Why does
It
she have
wasn't in her ass. It was in her
Polaroids in her ass?
Who's in her cooch?
ass.
Now she's pulling something out her ass. Her and Colonel Parker, I don't fucking understand this shit.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's like sniffing her own. Never mind. I can't.
Don't say it. We've said everything else. You might as well say it.
She's sniffing her own fucking vagina and asshole.
No.
Memories.
Lex Luger's sitting there like, is this match almost fucking over?
Lex Luger's fucking ass cheeks hanging out the whole fucking match.
Yes.
You can't handle this.
Hey, I'm still alive, people. I'm still alive.
This fucking tarp. I can't stand it.
Oh my god, he does. Holy shit. It's like he's got a half a trunk he's wearing.
He's hanging cheek.
One's hanging, the other one's fucking.
The Harlem Hangover.
White shorts or a thong.
It's like, yeah, you could decide if you wanted to wear a thong or regular trunks.
Maybe Elizabeth helped him get dressed.
Stevie Ray trying to do it. He wasn't with her at the time, was he? Yeah, he was.
I think he was.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Lex Luger. That comes later.
Your ref's like, I don't know where to fucking go.
It's Nick Patrick. But
yeah.
At least he's just not reacting to anything. He's like, oh, there he did. I'm out of your way, motherfucker.
Well, that's why he's reacting.
Oh, God. I hope he doesn't start running Wednesday. Randy Anderson was great, though. Oh, my God. Fucking Lex Luger trash.
He is. He's absolute garbage.
There's the guy who's running the wellness program, folks.
He doesn't run the wellness program anymore.
Yes, he does. He does the drug testing.
Yeah, well, that is what it is, man. That's what I thought. He still ran the drug testing shit.
Yeah.
Somebody said that he wasn't there anymore. I'm like, well,
they asked Bischoff last week, and he said he was still there.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't understand what's wrong with that. He's clean, and he's educating people.
Yeah, too bad he was clean back then.
Huh?
Elizabeth might still be alive if he was.
That's not true. Why is that Lex Luger's fault that fucking Liz died?
He's the one who gave her all that shit.
Okay, but she could have said no, I don't want it. But did she say no?
Then,
okay, then I don't want to hear that shit.
Okay.
No, she died because she chose
to fucking problem. Take that shit.
What? Oh fuck.
Oh my god, here it is.
Oh my god.
On you, brother.
I Hulk Hogan, just eat my ass.
This is the go home show. At least they aren't fucking
regular match.
At least it's relevant for fuck's sakes. Macho Man's reinvigorated.
He's gonna break his neck again. Oh my god.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hogan must pose. Hogan must pose.
And here we go. A bunch of fuckery.
Oh yeah, here we go. We got Kevin Sullivan in the ring. Look at him running around. Hey, who can I hit and then not hurt?
It's Brutus, the fucking barber, Beefcake.
Jimmy Hart fucking almost tripped.
The floor is shaking. Oh God, it's gonna give birth to a monster. Oh, fuck me in the face. What? What the fuck?
The Yeti. The Yeti.
And it just goes to black? It just goes to black.
Trek. It's the Yeti.
I know, but Shivani always used to call him the Yeti, and even he thought it was funny.
What in the little hell was that?
That was the fucking... I'm not going to say it again.
It showed it for like a split second, the episode ends.
Yeah. It's going to make you want to watch the fucking pay-per-view now, isn't it?
Nope.
Yeah, monster trucks, damn it.
I'm going to say right now, nope.
Monster trucks weren't enough. We got the mummy. I mean the Yeti.
What? Why is he a mummy being birthed by
I
a
don't
fucking...
know.
Okay, so I do not know, but that was the clue. That's the only way they could get it to be... I don't know why they went with that. Bischoff
Shouldn't have been like a sarcophagus or something that made sense for a mummy?
Understood.
Yeah.
Bischoff has acknowledged and said it was the dumbest idea. It was a dumbass idea. He explains it, so you have to actually go listen to 83 Weeks. He explains the whole thing.
He explains why it's really stupid?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't need to explain. I don't need an explanation why it's stupid. I can tell you right now. I'm watching it. Stupid.
They explained why they went with the fucking mummy look. I think. Yeah, they do explain why he went with the mummy look. I don't. It wouldn't have been because Yeti is like a monster, so it's like a Bigfoot, but they couldn't.
It would have ended up being something like Minotaur.
Yeah, it would have looked hideous. So they just went with the mummy look.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That was terrible. I'm not going to lie.
No, you're right. You're right. It was absolutely terrible.
It was terrible. And, oh my God, what the fuck?
Well, just
like,
wait
the whole thing from beginning to end, like, what was happening made... what in the fuck? It started off with this fucking guy sitting on a chair, Emperor Palpatine, saying shit that I couldn't even repeat because I didn't understand what he was saying.
He was essentially saying that
the insurance
policy is here. And they were teasing it, and yeah.
And then the insurance policy shows up, and they turn the cameras off.
Yeah.
That's because it ran out of time. Happened to WWE before.
Yep.
All right, 10 stars.
No.
They'll recap it at the pay-per-view, I do believe. We'll see what happens.
But like nothing made sense because like it looked like it had like a doorway for the guy to break through instead of just explode the whole fucking thing.
You're correct.
That's why I shouted. It's a giant thing.
I really want to see the whole thing, like what he looks like more than a split second.
You'll see him at the pay-per-view.
You see him at the pay-per-view.
I think I'm okay.
And Nitro's following.
I swear, this pay-per-view is looking like a 10-star pay-per-view.
I am going to agree with you 100%.
If you okay, I'm not even gonna try. But we
Don't-
have
don't.
watched this before, and we have all shit all over this upcoming pay-per-view. But it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna watch it again.
For the first time. Oh my god, I can't wait to
It's
do
almost
that.
as good as Goldberg versus The Undertaker.
And you guys watched that 4 times.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that was
But it-
a classic. That was a modern day classic.
But
I
they
actually want to watch Goldberg versus Undertaker again.
Oh, I do not.
Yeah, it was so good. That was fucking great.
But yeah, if you want an explanation as to why they did what they did, they explain it. And I
I
think
don't think they do.
No,
I don't
he
think
does.
There's a
And
way to explain it.
There is, and he explains why they cut away right away because he thought that it would have gotten people excited to watch the paper.
Okay,
That's
so
why he did what he did.
Okay, so the show starts with a cosmic vagina box.
Yes.
And a guy on a chair that looks like Hellraiser 70 years later.
Yes.
And they explain that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they explain the ending where a mummy explodes from the cosmic vagina.
Yes.
They explain it.
Eric Bischoff.
In a way that it
Conrad
makes
Thompson
sense. In a way that it
asked him
makes sense.
questions. Who booked this shit? And he said,
Well, I mean, that's not
did.
explaining it. That's
No,
saying
but
it's shit.
you have to. I can't explain it to you. You have to listen to the podcast. He will explain why they did what they did.
But does he explain?
Yes.
Why it was a mummy? Why it was a cosmic vagina?
Mm-hmm.
Why there was a guy in a chair?
Yes.
Yeah.
The guy in the chair is part of the fucking the Dungeon of Doom. He's been there. It's just he hasn't been showcased.
Or seen at all, for that matter.
But if you would, he would have been if you were WCW Saturday Night was the show before Nitro, and that's like their house shows and shit, the recorded shit, like main event and all that shit.
And that's where he was showing
That's
up.
where he's part of the group.
I guess the only thing I actually want to be explained is why it was a mummy.
Eric Bischoff explains it.
But outside of like why they decided him to dress up like a mummy, like in like if you wanted to explain something to me where it makes sense,
I don't think it will make sense because Eric Bischoff himself said it didn't make sense. At the time, he thought it was a good idea, or whoever they did. It was Kevin Sullivan's idea. This was a Kevin Sullivan idea.
And I wish I could just pull up that picture of him staring at his fucking. There you go, the mastermind behind the mummy galactic vagina.
But that's the Taskmaster. That was a Kevin Sullivan idea. He thought it was a good idea, and they ran with it, and it was a shitty idea. Eric Bischoff acknowledges it. He doesn't deny that some of the shit that happened, or a lot of the shit that happened,
it's not just a shitty idea. It is like Z-level movie idea. It's like the worst fucking thing. It's like, how can we make this show better by making it the worst thing ever? I got an idea.
Well,
Kevin Sullivan in the back.
Remember, people are always talking, campy was. You gotta remember when they
But there's
were doing
campy, and then there's campy that literally makes no sense.
But you have to remember, Basement, during this time, at this time, over the top was the thing to go with.
Yeah. There's over the top, there's campy, and most of the time it's in the realm of somewhat understanding. This is like a fever dream of retardation.
You're explaining something that I agree with you. In fact, Eric Bischoff agrees with you.
And yet he was like, let's do it.
At the time. But now, looking at it today, he looks at it like you do, like, yeah, that was a dumb fucking idea.
So I want to understand where, at the time, this idea made sense.
Kevin Sullivan.
It's Kevin Sullivan. Thought it was a good idea. Eric Bischoff took the blame for it because he was the guy that he was the guy. He was the executive vice president. So he took responsibility for it. Kevin Sullivan booked it. At the time, this was WCW. This is how WCW booked.
Okay, I don't think this is how any company because WCW had its fair shares of retardation, but this is like off the radar retarded.
You need to go back and watch some WCW shit. I'm telling you,
I guarantee you, I will not do that.
Well, I'm just telling you that is how they book their shit.
Their shit ended with.
It's over the top, campy bullshit. That's what they did back then. That was wrestling in a nutshell.
Even wrestling now is like campy, and even wrestling before was campy. But this is like another level. This is like if anybody's gonna watch the worst movies known to mankind, this is where that kind of fits. Like this decision and what I've just seen, in a place where like nobody that's alive would think this seems like a okay idea.
Nobody's disagreeing with you.
I'm not arguing anything. I'm just saying it's stupid. It's really stupid. And
you're right. It's stupid.
I don't understand it. But you also said that like it would be explained, and I know nobody can ever explain that.
See, you're missing my point. I'm not going to explain it because I don't know the whole fucking story. I'd have to go back and Eric Bischoff explains why they booked this the way they did. Why they had this guy dressed as a fucking mummy. They do a whole episode on Halloween Havoc.
So forgetting about the idea that, yeah, like they booked this, but like from like a viewer's perspective, what the fuck just happened?
Right? I was like that when I first seen it.
And if I can't make sense of it from like a viewer's perspective without like listening to like anything outside of like what they're presenting me, I am like super confused, and I also feel dirty for watching it. What the fuck was that?
Well, you're looking at it from a perspective of somebody
you're looking at it from somebody with logic.
Yes.
There is no logic to this.
No. I mean, there is no logic to it. Here's the thing. You're looking at it. It's already happened. So you're looking at it like, yeah, this is going to be shit. But back then, this was pretty much the fucking standard for WCW.
I don't think a mummy bursting out of a galactic vagina is the standard for anything.
Basement. You got to remember this is 1995. Where was wrestling at this time?
What else goes on? What else really competes with this in terms of like being completely ridiculous?
Well, The Fiend.
No, there's a level of understanding with that character.
Well, I mean, okay, so I think you're looking at it like the Yeti. Why was he? At
this point, he's not even the Yeti. He's a big mummy that burst out of a vagina and it went to Black Street.
You are correct. You are correct. But this is why I'm telling you, you need to go listen to 83 Weeks and Eric Bischoff, and it will explain why they put him in a mummy outfit and not put him. I can almost guarantee you. In fact, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go back and listen to it, and I'll tell you. Because I know he explains why they do it. Because Kevin Sullivan explains. It's stupid. I agree. But he explains why they went with what they did.
So the only question I have is like, the explanation is probably going to be something along the line, like it's going to be something along the lines of like, you kind of need to know where they were and what they could do with the business they were dealing with and what they wanted to do. And also like people that are having disputes over where the company should go and stuff like that. But at this point, like, okay, so if I watch a really bad movie, certain things make no sense. There can be an explanation for them. It's going to be a stupid fucking explanation. And I'll never understand this from any perspective. Because even if it's a stupid explanation, it's like, well, the explanation makes no sense. Like, you're never actually going to find sense in this segment. No matter who tries to explain it, it's just never going to make sense. In my honest opinion, like, I could watch it, and even if I do, and even if I listen to them, I guarantee whatever they say is not, what they say is not going to make this segment make sense.
They could have called him the Mummy.
And they didn't call him anything. The whole... It's just like, after watching multiple weeks of this, yes, WCW was, a bit here and there, but this was like fucking... this was like out of nowhere weird.
It was, and that was Kevin Sullivan. That's the Dungeon of Doom.
But they were weird. They were weird, like, within the constraints of wrestling. This was like...
It only gets worse from here as Kevin Sullivan continues to book.
Yes.
I loved it.
I'm just saying, I get where you're coming from, and I'm not disagreeing with you because it was bad. But here's where wrestling fans, and they're stupid, will come out and say, well, you can't just watch it for the entertainment value. Just wait. It gets better. Wait. Just wait until the fucking Yeti and the Giant drive on Hulk Hogan in the middle of the fucking ring. Because that's sad.
I feel like, okay, this portion of the show, you could have also put in a segment with fucking the Giant and fucking Hulk Hogan going on a road trip together. That's in the same realm of believability. It's like, and then they went on a road trip and became best of friends. Like,
well, I mean,
what the fuck did I just... you know what? I give it 10 out of 10 for sure, because it was mind-blowing. Nothing actually made sense. Like, it never, like, the things I thought would happen never happened with it. Like, I actually, like, I guess the thing that, like, threw me off the worst is that he didn't burst through the fucking obvious doorway they created. Literally somehow exploded the structure, and he was a mummy.
Wasn't it also something that they couldn't call him the Mummy because it's copyrighted by Universal and they couldn't call him that?
That could be. That might actually be the explanation.
Yeah.
Like, even if a guy dressed in an alien suit, like, birthed his way out of the fucking thing, I'd be like, okay, what kind of makes sense?
Okay, so look at the Dungeon of Doom. Okay, they have the Zodiac.
They're a bunch of fucking...
No, but that's why they're doing what they're doing. They have the Zodiac, they have fucking Shark, they have fucking Meng, the Taskmaster.
But if they knew they were gonna, if they knew they were gonna work with a mummy, wouldn't you just fucking kind of like have a theme that's a bit more mummy oriented? Because I just saw like an alien birth a mummy.
But did you hear? I think what Trek said, that's the reason why they couldn't go with the mummy thing.
But they went with the mummy.
No, they did.
They couldn't call it.
They couldn't call it the mummy.
The thing is, they went with like a visual mummy.
I agree with you. Again.
Right?
Again.
They didn't call him anything at this point in time. He was a... It's like an alien birthed mummy.
Okay. But they called it a Yeti. So anyway, so
I feel like
if you're gonna watch a movie where, if you're gonna watch a movie and there's like alien thing, and what it births is a literal mummy, wouldn't that not be like
Yeti? Huh? Not a mummy, it's a Yeti.
It's a mummy right now.
It stays a mummy, but it's a Yeti. I'm telling you, it gets better. It gets better. Trust me. So, I'm sorry. I think I'm laughing with you. It's funny to me. Look,
It's fucking it's okay.
It's bad.
I know where WCW ends up, so just like watching it is fucking hilarious. Like the wrestling at times is on point, and they know what they're doing in ring, but like in certain places, holy fuck, WCW is literally like the B movie version of fucking Hollywood.
You are correct. You are correct. They tried being too entertaining, and it just killed them.
You know what would be entertaining? Having a mummy burst out of an alien vagina and calling him the Yeti.
Oh, right,
Like,
Yeah, that's already happened. That's already happened. That happened a long time. I think that happened in 19. When did RoboCop come out? Like 94, 93?
87.
Okay, so that's.
It seems like such a ridiculous pitch that I don't know who accepted it.
It is. I mean, what was the big movie in 95?
Batman Forever.
Ew.
By Warner Brothers, ironically.
When did The Mummy come out?
99.
Yeah. Well, he came out tonight.
Well,
But he's also called the Yeti.
I know that they were trying to hit pop culture a lot like WWE does today. I figured I don't know why they fucking did it then.
I was gonna say, because they went with the Sting, the Crow Sting, and basically
That was right
copied
around
movie
the
Crow.
same time that the Crow came out. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. 10 out of 10 stars for sure.
Sure. I
mean, okay, so who won? Who won?
WWE did.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I don't know if that's sarcasm or.
Okay, so there's things I liked with WCW.
Yeah.
I liked the Chris Benoit Eddie Guerrero match. I thought that was the best match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I like the dog.
We know you like the dog. That's one thing I don't understand. You don't like the Yeti, but the dog is like the best thing about the show.
It's a dog.
It's a dog. It's a dog. He doesn't wrestle. He has no actual like. Yeah, I like the dog's not going to influence me one way or the other. I did enjoy the dog. Don't get me wrong. I like the fact that they were wearing the same costume.
Well, on this show, the dog is more over than the Yeti. We put it to you like that.
Well, okay. I what I saw in 2 seconds of me saying that, I would never describe as a Yeti, but the beginning of the show, I immediately was like, I was kind of into it because it was really weird and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. It was like super stupid.
Okay, so
they continued that. And
so
I'm
right
okay with
about
that.
this time, I was back from my deployment, and I mean I was still drinking, but I was watching, and when I first seen it, I'm like, am I watching Star Trek or am I watching a western?
Yeah, I immediately thought it was like really bad Star Trek.
It is. It's really bad, and I'm not condoning it one bit. I'm trying my best to explain to Basement what and why, and it's fine.
It's unexplainable. I'm gonna say right now, like it's just
no.
I know there's reasons why they did what they did.
It's explainable because they can get. I mean, Eric Bischoff. I mean, I get what you're saying as far as you can't explain why. But they explain why they do what they do.
I'm sure there's like explanations for like you said. I know like there's a disconnect between what we're talking about, and I know like it can be why they did what they did can be explained, but that argument can be looked at two ways. Where it's like, what in the fuck was that?
Well,
I'll tell you why.
If you hear it right straight from the horse's mouth, you can't really argue it though. Can't.
Well, I can argue the sense of it is what I'm looking at more.
He'll tell you it makes no fucking sense.
So the thing is, like, the argument that I have is more about the sense of it than it is about why they did what they did, because there's going to be an honest to God reason why they did what they did.
He can't. He'll literally. I think he literally says, "I cannot defend it. There's nothing to defend."
He says it a lot throughout that show.
Yeah, he does. He says it a lot in 83 Weeks. I cannot defend. Hindsight being 20/20, and you hear that a lot. It was a good idea at the time,
This was not.
It worked until the dry humping happens.
Yeah, well, say no more. WWE was definitely the better, or WWF was definitely the better show.
Yes, I mean WCW. I might have had the better match.
I felt like this was the
battle-
jumping of the shark with WCW for me.
Yeah, that you said that's the best segment.
No, I'd say this was the WCW moment that I've seen so far where WCW jumped the shark. This was the place where they entered a realm of retardation.
Yeah, but they kind of, and we're getting to that point where they kind of step away from that and go to
More realistic
more
characters,
reality based.
Well, I'm not saying WWE doesn't do this because they do this too. Like this, they might not do it the same way, but they do some ridiculous shit in the future.
Yes, they do.
But yeah, this definitely was a very. It was like a fucking
big giant shit show.
An X-Files episode of WCW.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, that being said, I think we're good for tonight. Next week we will be doing fucking Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, Bob it.
I think the dry humping happened.
Best pay-per-view ever.
I'm going in with that mindset.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. So don't forget, next week we'll be doing Halloween Havoc. It is WCW pay-per-view 1995, October 28th, I think is when that pay-per-view takes place. Put your weirdo.
I feel like WCW should be sponsored by cocaine.
It should be. I mean, Michael P.S. Hayes did the cocaine, but WCW.
No way.
That being said, we will see you all next week, and hopefully we'll have more cast of characters. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? So that being said, I want to thank Trek, Bobbit, Basement, and Heather for being here. Of course, Heather, she's the one that kind of set me up. And as you can see, we've changed the way we do things. I am actually on Skype with these guys. I am not a separate window anymore because I am not bigger than anybody else on the show. So, and I felt kind of
his ass is pretty monstrous. I'm not gonna lie.
Have monstrous.
Say what you want, but I see with my eyes.
Fair enough. But anyway, so you guys have a good night, and we will see you next week for Wrestling Memories. We again. Well, I won't even talk about that because it's recorded. Because by the time this is up,
it's going up tomorrow.
This Saturday, we will be talking This Week in Wrestling, and yeah,
I would want to blow our brains out.
we will be I'm going to have to review Raw because I didn't do it, and there really isn't much to review. Like me shooting myself. I mean, the entire night was Basement saying, "Give me a shotgun."
Yeah, and I will say that forever.
Let me get my gun and cock it or something.
Yeah, get my shotgun.
I'm gonna paint my walls with my brains.
So we will see you on Saturday night for This Week in Wrestling. We will see you tomorrow night, right? No. Yeah, no.
Just end the show.
Shut the fuck up. Nobody's talking to you.
Nobody tells him what to do. He's going to explode and turn into a mummy, man.
I'm trying to shout everything out on the channel. I don't know what a fucking... I'm only on like 2 shows.
He's going to explode and turn into a mummy. But trust me, they'll talk about it in 83 weeks and it'll make sense.
I did say it'll make sense. I'm just saying it'll be explained.
I'm just fucking with you.
I know you are. So have a good night, everybody. Because Heather keeps on telling me to fucking end the show, like she fucking owns.
You a half an hour just
Shut the fuck up. Everybody have a good night.
But also, no. I gotta take a shit.